Oh, fuck. Oh.
Hi, everybody. What is up? Oh, the time is finally here.
You good? You good, man?
The time is finally here. Wandavision is officially wrapped up. So we are going to go ahead and talk about it.
You good there, my guy?
Yeah, just getting some smudges out.
Oh, yeah, of course. Take your fucking time. No rush. If you spit shine, it usually works better.
Nah.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about our reactions here. We're going to go around the table. Let's start with Nick.
What he said. That way. I have to keep it reversed. It was disappointing, to say the least. I mean, because
you felt disappointed?
Yes, I was. Don't you, me? Don't you?
No, I think I was disappointed too. So
I was gonna say, I wonder if I could just kick him out right now. It was disappointing because you hype up Evan Peters as something big. You hype up that there's a bigger threat. You hype up that someone is doing something, or just in the fact that there was a lot of hype that didn't have to be hype, and it went nowhere because they could have just did this, and it would have been fine. It was a good episode, but it wasn't a good finale because they refuse. To me, it's like they refuse to give up Vision because he'll still be alive. They refuse to let him go, which kind of dampened it. And then it's the fact that actors and directors kept teasing something, and then it just turned into nothing. It would have been fine if they didn't do that, and I still would have enjoyed it. But the fact that you keep hyping this up and it led to nothing is kind of like a big FU to the audience and to me.
100%.
It's like nothing happened.
Oh yeah, they got everyone's hopes up. So I was like, I went in being like, okay, this is gonna be awesome, and I was just like, what? Like, I was so bored.
It's like it could have been like a post-credit scene. This entire series could have been a post-credit scene, I feel like, or even like the ending to something.
I feel like it could have been done in a movie.
It just didn't have to happen because like now, the whole purpose of it was supposed to be like Wanda getting over her grief through the kids and Vision, and it shows her letting go of that. But then in the second post-credit scene, you can clearly see she's trying to bring back the kids already, which means she didn't learn her lesson. She didn't get over her grief, which means the whole series was useless, basically. It was useless.
Travis, what do you think?
I think I agree with Nick because after I watched the episode and it was over, I kind of reassessed after watching it, and I audibly said out loud to myself, it's a good show, but that wasn't good.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's like I watched the episode and there was stuff going on and I was entertained for the time I had to take out of the day for the episode. But the fact that I was looking at it after the fact as a season finale, I was just like, I don't feel like the show did enough to really build up to this sort of moment. And even when it did, all the theories I had about what would possibly happen, I was getting more excited for those because those would have been really good, really good plot points. But then they went at it from a different direction, and yes, that's Marvel being tricky and being you never know what you're going to expect with Marvel, that sort of thing. We're going to do the unexpected, but I feel like that's just causing them to make just.
Well, to me, it's like they just played it safe.
No, yeah.
They because even with the Vision stuff, you can clearly see they don't want to give up Vision just yet because they had White Vision get his memories and then he just left.
Yeah, I don't know why they gotta do that because that was just weird. Here's the thing: on the topic of Vision, I had the theory that, and I wish they would have done it, where when we saw in the previous episode that this White Vision is a thing, I wanted it to be I wanted him to have to go up against Vision himself, like they kind of did, but have it kind of end where Wanda has to save the day and has no other choice but to take one or both of them out, like with her own hands, like I wanted to see that.
No, that would have been way too much grief for one.
But that's the thing, though. That's like the hardest decision ever. And since this is her about getting over her grief, and the only reason why she started doing this is because she lost Vision. She didn't want to let him go. I'm that's like, true. How freaking ironic would it be that to save everyone and to finally come to see your truth and accept the fact you have to let somebody go is you have to kill kind of an image of them, that would have been so symbolic in so many ways. It would have been badass to see that physical one-on-one, confrontation and takedown, and I just would have loved to seen that, but they never even got close to each other. It was just Vision comes in, other Vision stops them, and then they go off, and then they just have a conversation where he just kind of he kind of out tricks him because the robot doesn't know any better yet.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting here
and then he just flies away.
Yeah,
bye.
It was so stupid, so stupid, and they just made Hayward useless. Darcy ran him over with the car, and it's you're going to jail. Your story's done. There's no explanation or anything. Just you're done.
I feel like this whole thing could have been saved if it was released at the same time and it wasn't ruined by fans creating all those theories.
Well, the fans were kind of justified.
I agree. But I feel like since we were all so gung ho on what is this? Oh, it has to be this. We were ready to get mind tricked to just not be.
Yeah, we set our we subconsciously set our standards higher than expected to the point where when this thing just kind of executed about an average, maybe a little bit above average, who knows? It's but we're all the way up here. We wanted perfection, and then we just got average. So that difference in between makes us believe that, oh, it's worse than what we expected. I'm no, we just wanted too much.
No, I feel like it could have done the show justice if they just released it all at one time.
Honestly, I agree. I miss them not doing that. When Netflix does that, they release an entire season. Cool, great. I get to sit there and binge watch it. I absolutely hate the whole weekly thing because it messes with my pacing.
No, I'm gonna disagree on that one.
Okay, well, no, it worked with The Mandalorian. 100% worked with The Mandalorian.
It did. It did.
It works with this only because it's a show that makes you guess. Because if they released it all, it did. But here's the thing: if the payoff was slightly better, we would be praising it. But because it was a blundered ending, is why we're joking on it. I don't get me wrong; I know why they do weekly, so that you have to keep paying the monthly subscription. But with this, it does make sense because it's not like you're just watching it and it's over. You have to wait there, theorize, and get all these things.
Oh no, and I think I agree with you, and I think that's why they were like, "Oh, this is such a great idea," but that backfired on them.
It backfired.
Yeah. It completely backfired because they didn't think how much we'd get into this.
I think the slight difference between this working for a show like Mandalorian and then not working so well for Wanda is I think it's because of the fact that we have to. I'm looking at it from the writing side of it. These shows are very similar in how they kind of go about forming their episodes and everything, and it's kind of writing 101 that you want to leave on some sort of visual cliffhanger, so that way people are I can't wait to see the next one. The difference is that with Mandalorian, the Mandalorian will literally give you a cliffhanger that's explaining enough of what we're about to get into.
Yeah.
That it's this is where we're going now, and then it's all right, pause the adventure. We're gonna get that next week. And then WandaVision is we just did this whole little thing, and then they have somebody just kind of pop out of nowhere, as a surprise out of the corner thing. And then that's kind of their cliffhanger. This is about to turn south. I'm yeah, but how? Why are we here first of all? Because that didn't even have time to be explained. But then what? A good example would be take any of the last scenes for any of the Mandalorian episodes and compare them to that one scene for WandaVision where Monica. Was about to go into the basement, and all of a sudden Evan Peters walks up on her Snooper's going to snoop. I'm that's the best we have for a cliffhanger to hold us over until the next episode. Like, it's just like they're trying to do the same thing, and they are doing the same thing. They're not that different. It's just for some reason, I feel like it's just WandaVision didn't execute it as well as Mandalorian did. Mandalorian set me up enough that I was like, okay, I'm very ready. I was more invested. I'm very ready for the next one. So I just don't know what got lost here. I really don't.
Well, let's also talk about that though. Rambo and Evan Peters, Quicksilver, were so disappointing.
Very disappointing.
Because you're telling me Rambo's sole purpose in the show is to get powers and then to just, like, don't get me wrong, heroes save people, but that's all she does. That's it. Like, she's just there.
What,
and then Evan Peters is Ralph Boner. They brought the fan favorite from the X-Men movies over to WandaVision, hopefully maybe to bring him in to the universe just to play a boner joke.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. So it's decisions like that I think why we're so disappointed or a little lackluster with WandaVision, because again, Caroline is correct. We went wild with that theory. But the thing is, they knew that when they were going to hire him to play Quicksilver. They only knew that was going to happen. There's no way that they would have hired him to be Quicksilver and we would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool. Of course we're going to think, oh, they're all coming together. So they knew that they were going to make a joke.
Because it's this type of show. It's like a guessing show.
No, yeah, exactly. And Marvel's been known for making its jokes. There have been a lot that hit. There have been some that miss. And this is one of those shows where I think they tried to pull off more of a gag thing for some things, like, we messed with your expectations. It was all just like, you took it way too seriously. I bet you feel like an idiot. Oh, guys, isn't that funny? And we're like, no, it's not. We're actually kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
And you're like, uh-oh, you didn't take the joke the right way. Oh, crap.
Like, oh, maybe you just didn't get it? Maybe
they like rickrolled us.
His name.
They rickrolled us.
Owner.
Never gonna give you Evan Peters Quicksilver.
But what if they did that all on purpose?
They did. What do you mean?
I saw...
they expect and they always deliver on most fan theories and like always appease the audience. What if they're trying to throw us off?
That's why I said with the Evan Peters thing. They hired him and they knew that we would theorize, so then that's why they turned it into the boner joke, because it'd be like because they thought it would be funny. It was just like, wow, hey, look, we played with your expectations. It was just this, isn't that? And they didn't think we would take it the way we're taking it, probably.
Well, no, I'm full like stretching this. But what if they're just trying to throw us off the track, so when it actually happens, we're actually shocked?
What do you mean? What tracks? What shock?
Well, what if they're bringing together the multiverse? Like, no one really knows what that means yet. And after seeing Evan Peters, everyone's like, oh my God, they're bringing the X-Men in. They're bringing Fantastic Four in. What if Marvel's like, no, like, that's not happening, and then just does it in Strange?
I don't know.
This show was a great opportunity to like lead to that, though. This was a great opportunity,
and I absolutely agree. And the fact that that's another thing, we kept theorizing about how they're going to connect, and also we heard from other sources that Wandavision. God, I don't even know. Like, I don't even say her name by herself anymore. Wanda, kept being confirmed that she plays a pretty decent, pretty significant role in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. So I thought that this was going to connect somehow, because I'm not saying that the show had to be all meant for Doctor Strange to build up to him. Like, no, Wanda deserves her time to shine. Absolutely, 100%. But the thing is, if this is all supposed to connect, that's why we love Marvel so much. Because at the end of every fucking film we watch, it shows towards the end how it's connecting to the next best thing. It like takes us out of the small story that we just watched, and then it shows us something that paints the world around them, saying, oh yeah, stuff's about to get crazier. And I'm like, yes, that's what was missing here. Literally, the feeling of being trapped in that like little town is like literally the feeling I got watching the show. It didn't go out past that. They verbally and visually put themselves into a box that they did not want to draw out of. They did not think outside the box for this one. They just stayed right in this little thing. It was like, what
could you say? Thinking outside the hex?
Was it a hex?
Yeah,
it was a hex.
It was called a hex, but it was in the shape of a box in the last episode.
It was a hex. It was just, you saw the corner.
I kept seeing straight right angles.
Yeah, because
look, all I know there was
angles,
runes. Look, all I know there was runes at one point. All right.
The only thing I'm giving them credit for, the suit looked great.
Yeah, the suit looks
No,
fantastic.
yeah, I'm so excited. She was like, that's the one thing Elizabeth Olsen wanted out of this character was to revamp that suit.
She did well, and the actress who plays Agatha actually did very well.
I want them to bring her back, and they set her up.
They will. They will.
Yeah, they did the whole thing of like mind thing. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah, that she looked like she was being tortured the way she was saying that shit. I was like, oh no, Wanda, honey.
Well, she's being she's fully conscious inside that shell of a character. Yeah. So she's just sitting there like behind like those eyelids, just howdy, neighbor. Okie dokie then.
Would you like more paprika? Would you?
Yeah, would you like more paprika? I always bring some.
Okay, but let's talk about now Monica's end scene. First, I'd like to say I wish Nick Fury just called her.
Wow, yeah.
That would have been so much easier.
Why are you being so vague? Like, we know it's Fury, we know it's Sword, we saw it in the last one.
Yeah.
I think this is just one of those things of like they're doing the whole we don't want to give away too much in our end credit scenes. We want to set, but no, but I agree they didn't do enough.
Like, I
feel like it also would have been a cool callback to like at the beginning of the first phase when Nick Fury and Coulson and all of them would show up and be like, so I'm putting together a team.
Yeah, they're roughly that's the thing. I feel like they're trying to do that, but this way. Like there's like
that would have been cool to hear from Fury.
Well, I feel like
I feel
like Marvel was kind of treating us like we're dumb now because like
100%.
No, because we clearly know Rambo would have been in Captain Marvel 2 no matter what. Because it's like they had a lot of connection and she has powers now. You can clearly see she was going to go to that. I didn't need a post-credit scene telling me she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I kind of can put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Like I'm not that dumb.
Yeah. No, the whole thing was just a train wreck.
Both post-credit scenes were not good. But my man Jimmy Woo.
Dude, he did not get enough screen time.
He still had one of the best moments in that episode, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
He is such a thug, my guy. Here's the thing. What kind of writing are you doing for a show when at the end of it, I'm rooting for the FBI agent that's cracking jokes every 2 seconds? I'm like screw Wanda with all this. He's just walking in, he's just like, I just broke out of these handcuffs with a pin. I'm like, yeah, Jimmy!
One of the most powerful witches in the world. A cybernetic android made out of vibranium. Another witch. Rambo, who has powers now. FBI agent who does card tricks.
No, sorry, you got it wrong.
He's all
FBI agent who does card tricks.
No.
I thought you were gonna hop right up there.
No. I'm saying the tiers of like power, but this is the man we root for the most. Like he's on the bottom of the power tier. But he's got our respect.
Because of us rooting for him, his power goes 100% up.
Bro,
I liked everything I saw about him.
His power levels are
100%. They better give him a Darcy a show.
I liked how he was just like he does that bluff. He's like, I'm gonna have people here within the hour, and then they go and they throw him in. And as he starts picking his hands, he unlocks himself. He pulls out his phone and goes, "Hey man, do you think I could cash in on that favor within the hour?" Like he's just setting it up. I'm like, I love this guy.
What if
it was the biggest bluff ever?
Oh, 100%. Him doing card tricks in the beginning with magic was Disney trying to foreshadow the magic in the other episodes.
Wait, wait, in this episode?
Yeah, because like no one really knew it was magic until.
Wait, I'm trying to remember the beginning of this last episode.
What was?
No. I'm saying at the beginning of the series when you see Jimmy Woo.
I got you. Okay,
yeah.
He's like Detective Rambo.
Oh yeah,
What's good?
Got it. He's just been hanging out with Ant-Man a lot.
Forget Sorcerer Supreme and the Scarlet Witch. We got Jimmy Woo over here.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this right. Like I remember when they made the show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all of it. I watched a good bit of it, and at a certain point, it was okay, and then it just kind of lost interest personally. But if they made a show. If they made a show like that, but hopefully better writing, like something a little bit more grounded, I guess for me, and they had Jimmy Woo in it as one of the main roles, and maybe Monica as like the dynamic duo.
No,
I'm like,
him and
I'm
Darcy.
in.
I want him and Darcy.
Well,
Rambo.
The
Darcy-
whole premise everyone's trying to push right now is like
sense.
a Marvel X-Files with Darcy
Yeah.
and Wu.
Darcy, Wu, and Rambo. We got to get that trio going.
I would. I'm not gonna fight against it. Like I want to see Mr. Wu, so I'm excited for it. Like I would love to see that.
Also,
I still need to see the
speaking of
Jimmy Woo memes.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., apparently I only got like a season and a half in, but there's apparently an episode about the Darkhold.
Is it really?
Yeah, we all got to go back and watch that.
That also was disappointing though, if you think about it, because like they showed it off when it was finally revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna play a big thing, and then they showed it for 2 seconds, and it was over.
Han, that's definitely needs to be. Han, can I do it? Hell yes. Okay, I'm just gonna say this one thing because Spencer's been consistent and he's been putting up a lot of good stuff. So I appreciate you, Spencer. But I didn't want to say it, but now that he did, I'm agreeing with him. Darcy's character, I do agree. I don't really want to see her because she's good in small doses. Like her quick little snippets, I'm like fine with. But it's just like I feel like if she was on screen for like 100% of the time, it would just be like snarky remark out of like sarcastic remark, like over and over and over again to the point where I would like get irritated. She never like kind of talks seriously, and I don't. I think I would just get a headache as a viewer. I was like, there's too much there.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to die. Can we please talk about it? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, God damn it. Like the tone. But I would still watch it for Johnny Woo.
Yes.
And I like how we just basically completely went on to reviewing a show that doesn't exist instead of talking about the one that does exist.
Because we just got so fed up with it.
Yeah. Just to try to bring it back and also to re-elaborate, I know it sounds like, and this is for the viewers watching, I know it sounds like we're like shitting on this, but I can't speak for the other two, but like I did enjoy it. I don't hate this. I don't hate Marvel right now. I don't hate the show and what it was trying to do. I just, I'm just pointing out the things that I feel like I didn't really necessarily like too much and what they could have done better. At the end of the day, I still enjoyed it. I've watched things before that were so bad, I stopped them like in the middle. Like I was like, I'm not even going to watch this. It didn't do that for me. It's not bad. So keep that in mind. We're not shitting on this. We're just talking about what could have been done better in our opinion.
Was the problem. The bad outweighed the good in this episode.
Yeah. It left us on a sour note.
I feel like it was close. Like if there was a needle holding right in between the line between good and bad, it just started tipping over into bad by the time this thing wrapped up. Like they just barely missed it.
I did like how they didn't let Wanda off the hook though. Mm-hmm. Like I like how it wasn't just like the townspeople forgave her or cheered her on. Like, no, you're a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah.
We do not like you. Go away. Like they look like
maybe that's what's going to play into her in the dimensional crap in Doctor Strange. It's the people. I don't know. I'm just like trying to find an olive branch here.
Well, no, it's the
small town in Jersey, bro. It's not like she took over New York.
Jersey people, they keep a grudge. All right.
Jersey, I'm allowed to keep a grudge. All right, we have grudges.
We like to have grudges.
Well, what's really cool to come out of Wanda is you can see she's a lot stronger than Strange.
Well, because she finally accepted all that power.
Yeah. Anybody notice she was in a Dark Phoenix situation?
She did.
She did.
Like, do we agree with that? Like, it was just you haven't tapped into your full potential, and then right when she needs it the most, I did it. I'm like,
you look like Whitney Houston doing that. You look like,
I don't. But here's my thing. I don't mind when movies do that with the whole tap into your true potential. But the thing is, they never explain why they can all of a sudden. If you give me a logical reason why they can do it now, I will accept it.
You just don't,
because you made it appear that they're one more hit away from 1 HP. They're playing a game and they're 1 HP. I get it. The stakes are high. It's about to be game over, man. And you're just like, nope, extra life. I get how the thinking works, but start explaining why they can finally tap into everything. Why is this possible?
I don't like, also with your phone, I don't like when they're on 1 HP and then one random side character who doesn't hold too much in the story will be like, you can do this. All of a sudden they tap into it. It's like, oh, guess I could do it.
Yeah, I'm not saying this did happen, but it was like when she tapped in her full potential, it was like the equivalent of like her floating up there with Agatha, half dead, and then all of a sudden it cuts to like a shot of Vision looking up there, and you just hear him whisper to himself, "Come on, Wanda," and then she's like, "Da, da, 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 da." I'm like, that's all you needed. Okay, keep Vision around for next time. That's why they have Vision. That's why they couldn't let go of Vision, because the only way she can tap into her full potential is if he's like behind a tree somewhere when she's fighting, going, "Come on, Wanda." That's it.
He's just
That's
holding
it.
the tree like, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Is that Vision over there? Oh shit. You know,
I'm supposed to be dead.
exactly.
We also talk about how Vision just apparently can phase through when someone's trying to take the thing off his head.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Why did he do that? I know it's supposed to be a painstaking moment in Infinity War, but bro, if you're showing it to me now, why didn't he do it before? Because he clearly doesn't remember.
I'm wondering if there's a lot of ins and outs. So I don't know. I think that's one of those things where it's like they thought it'd be cool in this moment for him to get out of it, because there was a split second when after, Evil Vision, I'm going to call him, like grabbed the stone and got a grip on him. I was like, oh, here we go. Like, I had PTSD. So I think they expected that, and then they wanted that like quick PTSD moment and then sense of relief after he like phases through it. But yeah, that doesn't really play too well into what happened in the end game or end of Infinity War, where he could have easily done that. You could chalk it up to maybe he was caught off guard because he literally just came back, and he just gets grabbed like, wait, what's going on? And then done. So I don't know. I think it's just that's a technicality situation. They just got. Yeah. They wanted to be cool, and that's what it is. I mean, I thought out of everything in the show, I thought that was a cool moment.
Yeah.
Like their fight, Vision's fight, wasn't
Vision's fight
that
was
bad?
good.
I mean, I
liked it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I can't ever explain this. I know this is a TV show, and it's weird. When you're in the mindset of you're watching a TV show, no matter what you put into it, whether it's the choreography or like the visual effects, is it harder for anybody else to like see this as something cinematic when it's a TV show? Like epically cinematic? I say that because they had so much thrown into here with like the visual effects and fighting and stuff. Like they have a lot going for it, where it's like I'm sitting there going, like I could see this being in a movie, yet I don't get that epic cinematic cinematic feel. Like I don't feel like I'm invested like I would be at this part for like a movie. Like I just feel like I'm kind of just watching this happen in front of me, just kind of keeping tabs on what's going on. But I don't.
You're right. You are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tried to watch it. This probably doesn't help my side, but I tried to watch it at 3 a.m.
Nice.
And I just couldn't keep with it. I just felt like it was like, okay, oh, another hit. Oh, another hit. Like, cool. Like, I was like, come on.
Yeah. And I think that has to play into the episodic thing, because of the fact that this is like the finale, and I guess the contrasting situation is in a movie, you're set there from start to finish. So by the time you get to this moment in the story, you have been built up. You haven't had time to cut that string, to disconnect for a minute. You're still fully tethered in. But the fact that they have this episodic thing, they have to reinvest you in like 15 minutes or less for this episode. And a lot of that was just kind of going over again what just happened in the last one. I'm like, I've seen this already. I think that's the problem. When you have a TV series that's episodic, or if you don't release it all at once, you spend too much time writing to make sure you can reestablish your audience at the beginning, get them a little bit of a fill with whatever room you have in the middle, but then make sure you definitely like cliffhanger it up and out for the end, so the next one's set up and the next one, and you're just not leaving enough juice like in between to give your viewers sustenance. That's where a lot of TV shows go wrong, and I feel like this one struggled here. They did pretty well. Shows have been known to do a lot worse, and I think Marvel did pretty well because Marvel has an amazing team of writers. I think took that sort of writing style and they tried to adjust it so they could kind of give more than what would probably be allowed for a TV series, and I think they did that. It's not working.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like if they're going to do this, they need these shows to come out full seasons and let us watch it. That way we can keep it going, so we know when we want to break. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like it did also kind of like kill the momentum of the show.
I also feel like people kind of just want more from Marvel because they've seen what they've done for 10 years and people enjoyed it. But with WandaVision, it was something so different and like so unique. And the ending kind of just felt like a regular Marvel thing. Like it wasn't what people were expecting. They wanted something different, maybe even a little darker because the whole show had a darker tone to it with like Wanda clearly controlling these people, making them not do what they want and Wanda's whole backstory. You had a chance to kind of not even leave it on like a better note. You had it kind of like either she lost control completely, Vision's gone forever, or even just anything else. You had so many like avenues to go to. You just didn't take advantage of that.
I think what's interesting about this is I think we're starting to see right now, given the fact that the whole story arc for the original Avengers, that was iconic. That is in the history books now already. It's going to go down in the cinematic history books. The fact that Marvel achieved so much and now they're trying to build off of that to start something new. They've kind of done all the stuff that works. So they don't want to rehash. So they're trying desperately to find different avenues. And I think this is what we're witnessing right now. It's not a bad thing. We're witnessing their trial and error period. I think that's what we're in right now for Marvel. They're trying to see what is something different we can do, but what's going to work. So I think we have to see that as an audience and understand that there's going to be things we're probably not going to like until we hopefully get to a point where they polish it out. And it's like, all right, here's something new we haven't seen before. And we've all kind of, we've refined the edges and we like it. Right now we're in the trial and error. And like, I feel like Marvel as of late they're having an identity crisis. Like, who are we now, given that everything's done? So we gotta try to make this work. Because you can do the same thing over and over and over again. But I think the people at Marvel are too proud to do the same thing over and over again, that they're trying to do something different. The thing that's unfortunate and that sucks is that with this sort of storytelling, they fall into the stereotypical tropes no matter what they do. So it's like when something doesn't work and then it ends up falling back into like that same like cliff note, we see it as, oh, the build up to this a very expected moment was just like, oh, that's half-assed. It's like it's not. It's just it's unfortunate. That's all I can say.
I wasn't hyped for this at all before, but when I watched it, it changed my mind, and now it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, and it's like, okay, what am I doing here?
Honestly, I didn't think I had hope for the show until around the third episode, because when I watched the first one, it was all the sitcom-y thing. Totally was.
I kind of laughed at it though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I get it, but the thing is, like, I only got through it because like. It was literally an old sitcom with cheesy comedy and stuff, and that's what they were trying to do. So I kept telling myself, this is what they're deliberately doing this. So accept it and just try to roll with the punches and everything, because it's going to build to something. So that's why I let it go. But like, I didn't think it started off very well because I'm not one that likes sitcoms, so I didn't like that whole thing. So I already put a bad taste in my mouth. It was when things started to speed up. And then we started to have more like breaks into the reality of everything and stuff. That's when I started getting more invested. But then it started to linger off a little bit because then it's just, all the great epic moments that I've had before of like it building up to a very good finale. And then there's an awesome end credit scene where I'm just like, no. Like I miss that. I did not get that here.
Not at all. Not at all. You could have guessed both those end credit scenes.
No.
I would have never guessed the Quicksilver with Monica one, because no offense, that was so underthought.
Yeah.
It was like,
was going to snoop. Like,
who
invited you here?
Yeah. And then they were just chilling in his bedroom, like.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like Monica had a problem being there. It looks like she legitimately was invited there and just wanted to leave.
That's the other thing. They didn't even really establish that she was really trapped. The only thing it showed that she was trapped there is when she tried to run for the door and he just stood in front of her. I'm like, you do realize before you came in here that you were having powers, right?
You had
how long have you been in that room? Because Wanda and Agatha have been fighting for 15 minutes. Did you really just sit in the room and just now realize when we got to you that you could just take him down? I'm confused. Are you confused? I think you're confused. It was just rough. And the only way to defeat him was to rip off the necklace. I'm like, I love how her powers, the only thing we've seen with Monica character development wise is that she's determined. She has powers now, and bullets can go through her and she can see what things are entranced by magic. Not bad, but it wasn't enough for her as a character. She felt very sidelined. She felt very not crucial to the story, if I'm being honest. Like she was, every time I saw her, I was like, oh, I'm curious what she's going to do. They didn't utilize her enough. I don't feel.
Yeah.
But then again, it is about Wanda at the end of the day.
No, I totally get that. It's just, I don't know. It's just a smattering of like I'm kind of bitching a little bit about how I didn't get enough from this character just because I didn't get enough in general from I think the show's entirety.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to sound too negative because at the end of the day I still enjoyed the show, but it is what it is. I'm hopeful for where Marvel's going to go in the future. I don't know about you guys.
Same. I'm excited about multiverse.
I am so excited. Sam Raimi's directing it. I have never been more excited for it.
Mr. Raimi coming back to film my childhood.
He's back, baby. He's
dude,
back.
I swear to God, if we get a pizza time, like I'm ready. I'm ready. Like you have no idea. That's going to be amazing.
When is Doctor Strange supposed to come out?
This year. I think,
this year? Right? I don't know.
I thought it came out this year.
It comes out before Spider-Man, right?
I don't know I don't know anymore what Marvel movies are coming out or when. Like I've completely lost touch with what's being released.
Because the problem is they keep trying to push for theater releases because they want to make their money, but they're not going to get them because no one wants to go.
I think they're going to get Black Widow. They're going to get Black Widow.
They're going to get it.
Oh my God! Yeah, did that ever come out?
No.
Oh my God! Yeah, wasn't that like 5 decades ago?
Bro,
I just remembered that.
We got the trailer for that during like last year's Super Bowl,
dude,
and that was supposed to be the final trailer.
I'm worried when that movie finally comes out. It's not going like we're going to be like, it was okay because everything that they wrote in there, like joke wise and moment circumstances wise, only would have made sense for when they predicted the movie was actually going to come out. And now that it's like way past, we're like, what's going on?
It's not going to age well.
Okay, here we go.
It's not going to age well.
Black Widow comes out May 7th. Spider-Man comes out December 2021. And Strange comes out early 2022. So that means Spider-Man actually plays into Strange.
Yeah. So I think we have established now, and it's pretty safe to say that even though characters,
a lot of Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, but Caroline, you're not complaining. Come on.
Oh, I'm not complaining, but it's been like Spider-Man, like.
Can we agree that I think Spider-Man has or is going to have more films individually than any other Avengers character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're ready to go.
Or they'll do with what they do with Captain America, where it's like Captain America Civil War. It's really Avengers 3, but it's classified as a Captain America film.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly that. But I think it's like, oh no, did I just forget my point? I probably did. It's whatever. Spider-Man's awesome. There. That's my safety net.
Like before the movies came out, it was clearly Spider-Man as the favorite. Then the movies came out, everyone was Iron Man.
I remember what it was. I'm clearly seeing a pattern of Marvel is still willing to have characters connect cinematically and television wise, but it seems like they're deliberately choosing characters they want to keep on the big screen and other characters that they just want to keep to a TV standpoint. So they chose kind of Wanda for this reason, but Spider-Man, I think, is the continuing force on the cinematic screen just so they still have a door open for the cinematic universe. So that way they can bring the other characters up and they're keeping them busy off to the side doing this stuff. Just they're just trying to like organize everything and just keep the momentum going with every character, because I think they have this feeling the second they stop with one, it's like it's going to die out. Like they just have to try to keep talks and keep everything going. So like I think they're moving they have a lot of moving parts still, and they're just trying to keep the momentum going. That's all it is. They're moving.
See, here's my only problem with moving forward with like Spider-Man stuff. Like I love Spider-Man. I will watch every movie. But the problem is the Sony-Disney relationship is never good. Nope. And let's say Sony says, all right, this is enough, or Disney says we want more money. They're going to pull Spider-Man, and then their whole main lead it's over. Because they're banking heavily on Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
I might have read this wrong. It might have been false information, but apparently this is the last film Marvel has Tom Holland. As per the last Sony deal, which did not go well.
Which mean Tobey Maguire's back.
No. Wait. On. So wait, you're saying that this is the last film, and then he's like up for not taking the role anymore?
Yep.
He might like. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. logistically, and I wouldn't keep it against him. I would hate to see Tom Holland go, but I know him as a young kid, a thriving actor who has amazing skill. I've seen him in other films.
Yeah.
Now's a good time to self-promote. What's the film called?
The
first off, I haven't seen that movie and I want to so
Uncharted.
badly.
I think I'm gonna go today.
I want to see that film so bad. The movie, The Devil All the Time. Oh my God, brilliant performances all around from everybody. Good. I understand if when they come up to him and they say, "You want to keep doing this? Sign right here." He's going to be like, "I want to explore new avenues," and he should as an actor. Don't be known as just the Spider-Man guy. I know we all love it
because RDJ was in a lot of
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so, 100%.
That and Sony wants to do all the stupid Venom movies, and that's why they want.
Oh no! Whoa!
I would call them stupid. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
They're not stupid.
They are mediocre at best.
Yes. No, at worst. No. Not doing that.
And that's Nick's defense, apparently.
That is my defense, Travis. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
It's a very good defense.
I'm sorry, Nick. Do you have anything else?
No.
There's no. But I will agree. Tom Holland is the striving force right now, unless they start like pulling Doctor Strange back into the mix a little bit more. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Spider-Man go. Maybe they're opening up the multiverse so that way they can have an option to recast him with somebody else. Maybe we'll finally get a chance to see a Miles Morales.
That's so cheesy, though.
I know it is, but I see that happening.
It's not Tom Holland that's the issue. It's the character of Spider-Man that is the issue.
Because Disney has been a little greedy lately. Sony wants to make the money for themselves. It's like back and forth. Both sides just
totally get that. That's why I'm not saying Tom Holland is the issue. I'm saying that there's clearly going to come a time when they're going to shuffle the character around, but it's still at the end of the day going to come down to Tom Holland if he wants to sign on again. And I feel like he knows this. I feel like I don't think so.
Okay, I personally saw him during that Sony deal because that's what I meant. Yeah, he looks so like just not good.
Not good.
He did not look happy. Like it was in the middle of while everything was happening, and that was when Sony was saying no, and yeah.
Well,
maybe
the problem is if he signs on for more Spider-Man, then the fact is like RDJ was doing a lot of films like Sherlock Holmes, Tropic Thunder. He had a lot of things, and then all people knew him was Iron Man. He did that for
they'll be able. If they can pull off what they did for RDJ, and if they're able to have Tom Holland do these films still, but still give him time and breathing room in between to pursue other projects, he's definitely on board. But if it's a whole you're signed on, you're doing this, you're committed to this, nothing else, he might not take it. And I would agree with him because as an actor, I would see wanting to explore other avenues, and I would want that for him as a character. But I'm surprised I have to do this. To get back on the trail, since this is about WandaVision, we only have a few more minutes to wrap this up. I want to go around the table one more time and talk about one more thing and our final thoughts on what we thought about the show. I want to talk about the end credit scene. Hopefully you guys actually watched long enough because it was actually surprisingly at the end of the cabin in the woods scene with Wanda, where she's just kind of living a normal life, making some tea, and all of a sudden we go into the back room and she's actually self-projected in there reading the book, like full costume and everything. What did we think about that end scene? What do we think that means? How is that leading up to something? Like, what do we see this happening in the future?
My point, which proves she is stronger than Strange. Strange can astral project, but he passes out when he does it. She can multitask and astral
that was in
project.
The first film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's at a point now where he's just going to be able to do that now because he's had enough time the original film. It was him still trying to come to terms with doing it, but once we saw him in Infinity War stuff, he was able to pull off so much very easily. Like he's definitely they're growing him in skill and power behind closed doors. Where every time he shows up again, he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do this now."
My question is, does he have that without the stone?
Well, no, he did everything without the stones.
Okay.
It's only
Strange.
Yeah.
No, because the time stone is only time itself. What he was doing in Infinity War was not time whatsoever.
I will argue that there is theoretically Wanda is more powerful than him in a way because of the fact that her powers that are like built into her are
and I was just about to say
shared by the stone. Where Strange, he has his own magical abilities, but when it comes to the time stone, it's just something he has on him. You know, it's not something that can be taken away for Wanda.
Hear me out on this one. Doctor Strange right now is more powerful and skilled, but Wanda is more powerful in the sense that she has the raw power. It's just not tapped into yet, and that's why she's reading the book, so she can kind of get more of a grip on it. Because it's clearly right now they've hyped up Doctor Strange as the ultimate. Agnes said she's more powerful, but she has to get to that point. It's not like, she has the power now. It's hers. Like, she's got to get to that point.
I personally think after seeing that end credit scene, we know that Wanda from the show has tapped into a whole nother level of power that she's still trying to learn about. And her reading this book is not only her trying to better understand her power, but also we started hearing echoes in her mind of her children and Vision and stuff. So now we know she's trying to tap into more power to see if there's a way that she can bring her family back. So maybe that and her trying to get so power hungry to try. It's kind of like a Revenge of the Sith situation. Anakin wants to save Padme so bad that he accepts the dark side in order to do it. So I think we're kind of having that situation here. That's how I see this going. That's what I think this end credit scene is setting up for the future. But what do you guys think?
That pissed me off only because the whole show was supposed to be
excuse me.
getting over. No, not your explanation. I'm saying like hearing the kids and Vision. Because the whole show was supposed to set up that she's finally gotten over this grief. She can move on and accept this new power.
And then it's like she doesn't.
She doesn't. Yeah. She clearly doesn't. I mean, it's like what? Not even a few moments after the show's end, she's already trying to bring him back.
But it could be debatable. Hold on. But it could be debatable that like stuff like this isn't so easy. You know what I mean? Like in a way, it's like I can see how like wow, the whole show is about her getting over it, and she's still not over it. Great. But the other thing is like some people could see that as really good writing. Like. Yeah. Oh, crap. She's still not letting this go. Okay. I mean, it does make sense. Like, can you easily let go of letting?
No,
like,
of course not.
Exactly. You know, it does make sense. Like, I can't really bash on that because I can understand that. I like it goes both ways. I feel like if they did either option and she actually let it go or she's still trying to pursue it, both are like I can see how somebody could be like, really?
In the comics, they're supposed to play a big role in Young Avengers.
Oh, that's true. They're just trying to set up more characters.
They're setting up that. They're 100% setting up that one.
Yeah, I'm not as excited for Young Avengers. I'm sorry.
I am. It's a whole new broad of characters.
I know, but it's just never. It's always like a C team to me. It's like it's never what I really want to.
She's studying the Darkhold, aka the Book of the Damned. I forgot what it was called. So yes. I feel like that's going to play. I think that is what's connecting her to Doctor Strange because she's going to go on this not tyrannical. I'm going to get being a little too crazy. She's going to go on this path and she's going to stop at she's going to get into the mindset eventually of she's going to stop at nothing. And all of a sudden kind of Strange and Tom Holland kind of come in there. It's like, hey, you're freaking out. Can we like chill? He's like, I need my family back. I'm like, okay, you like killed 5 people. So we're going to put an end to this right now. You know, like that sort of thing. So I think it's going to be interesting.
Do you think Mephisto will actually get to Wanda now?
I don't even think Mephisto is a part of this anymore.
No, I think Multiverse of Madness, because here's the thing. With Sam Raimi, he does like dark humor comedies like that, what they're hyping up Doctor Strange to be fairly well. Like Evil Dead was a great indicator of that.
Oh yeah.
So, and if they go this route, I think I'd love it.
Well, if she does bring the kids back, technically, they are.
She's gonna lose. She's gonna lose it.
She's part of it. They're part of Mephisto.
Yeah, she's gonna lose it. I'm excited for her to kind of just like go at it because, like we were saying, she's got a lot of power. She kills all the mutants in House of M.
Yeah.
Let's be real. She kills like an entire species.
Dude, she has the ability, and we saw it a little bit in the season finale. She could just like chokehold people. Like she can literally walk through the room and just snap.
Yeah.
You know, she is a killing machine.
We are going to wrap it up just because after this, if you guys want to stay tuned over on our channel, Ryan is going to be having his interview series and a quote at 12 o'clock. So definitely stick around and, watch it.
Yes, but while you're at it, we want to appreciate you guys for watching once again. So make sure wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, all that crap, make sure to like, comment, subscribe wherever that's available. I don't really know. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and also follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also find us on other forms of social media like Instagram as well. We always have amazing weekly content like this coming out for you. So make sure to tune in. And keep in mind, everybody, even though this is the end for WandaVision, I'm not the only one here. We got 2 more weeks until Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is it called?
So excited.
Yeah, Winter Soldier comes out.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's going to be great.
I'm so excited.
Keep seeing set photos for that. So keep in mind, we will be doing weekly episodes of that most likely. So make sure to tune in for when we get that. But we want to say thank you to everybody who decided to jump in and watch. And thank you to anybody who's watching this later on down the road. If you're late to the game, sorry, spoilers. Should have told that at the beginning. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Everybody, do you have any last final thoughts about the show or whatever?
No,
wait.
I'm ready for the next thing.
Wait, before we go.
No, it's behind the scenes.
Oh, I was gonna say
It's not
It's behind the scenes. And it's also everybody's mad. Last thing I'll say is that everybody's mad at Paul Bettany because when he rumored that there was going to be a special guest appearance and everything, and then we just found out it was just another version of Vision. Everybody's sitting here just like, you're gonna die, man. How dare you do that? But let us know what you think down in the comments. That's the one thing I've got to say. So keep the conversation going because obviously we're obsessed and we love talking about it. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. We appreciate you watching once again, and we'll catch you guys next time. Flash CW run. Go. Nick,